power in the universe.
Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to an exciting episode of It's Just Another Day in Paradise. I am your co-host, Stupid Steve. With me, as always, is Tanya with a J. Say hello, Tanya.
Hey.
And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Lamar Jackson leaving the field yesterday to allegedly take a poop. Allegedly. He says he didn't. OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. was super pissed that he wasn't included in the pooping fiasco. The Twitter killer is sentenced to death. You probably didn't know about this story, but I'm going to tell you. Anyways, we have this day in history. Did you know? Celebrity birthdays and more. What's up, Tanya Tolles is in the live studio. Thank you guys for joining us wherever you are listening, however you are watching, and wherever you may be on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Thank you for spending time with us. I'm going to go real quick and check and make sure everything's cool. I'm sure everything is. And we're going to get into some stuff. Are you excited? I'm excited about today's show.
Yeah.
Yesterday did not, I was not happy with yesterday's show. I pulled it. I deleted it. Just wasn't very happy with the show. Up? And I'll tell you why. I wasn't really into what I was talking about, to be honest with you. Deleted it. And just sorry about that. So I am checking the Facebook comments or whatever, but I wasn't happy with the show. I wasn't believing what I was saying, and I was just kind of rambling and ranting and just going on and on and on. And I kind of realized that this isn't the show for that, right? People want to watch and be entertained, so I want to be an entertaining person. We have to be more entertaining. I was ranting about Proud Boys and Antifa, so that's not what this show is. That's not what this show is about. We are going to be your release from all of that stuff. If you want that stuff, you can always check out our Sunday program, which me and Byram, you are throwing together, called A Penny for Your Thoughts. That's where I'm going to unload the deeper things. I'm going to entertain on this show. So that's why I wasn't very happy with yesterday's show. So I deleted it if you're wondering where it is. Probably or not, but if you are, that's what happened. What's up? Joanna has entered the studio, and so has PJ. Thank you guys for joining us today. And if you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, thank you guys for watching there. I am keeping an eye on Facebook comments. If you want to comment, I am paying attention. I'm going to do my best. I'll do my best. So let's get right into it. Why not, right? So today's, I don't know if I would call this the headline of today, but I am going to call it something. What should we call this? I call it the hell nah. We'll do hell nah moment of the day. Hell to the no. So, the hell nah moment of the day comes from Lamar Jackson last night on Monday Night Football, running off the field for what he said he had cramps. But
maybe he did.
Well, the way he was running, he was kind of like he was clinching.
Oh my God.
He was clinching. All right, he was definitely grabbing booty cheek. He was clinching. You could tell something was going on. And a bunch of athletes came out and said, if you're ever cramping, the last thing you do is run right to the locker room. He swears he did not poop. He said, I didn't pull a Paul Pierce, and we'll get into that. But it looks like he was running off the field to take a poop. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. Look, everybody poops, okay? Everybody poops. Whether or not we want to talk about it or not, people poop. And sometimes, you mess around and shit yourself.
God.
All right? Sometimes, farts can't always be trusted. All right? Sometimes you poop. It happens, and I'm sure it happens to professional athletes. We all beg the question, right? What happens if you got to take a shit when you're on the football field? Well, maybe last night Lamar Jackson answered that question. You run off the field and you go take a shit. And I'm going to get into this a little bit. So let's pull this up here. This is Lamar Jackson saying I didn't pull. So the whole interview basically is him talking about what happened. He was cramping up. He had cramps in his arm. He had cramps in his legs. He was having issues, so he had to run off and get some needed attention. The Ravens, by the way, ended up winning the game in a very entertaining game against the Browns. It's like 47-42 or something like that. But he came back and went on the game-winning drive and ended up winning the game. But this is Lamar Jackson saying, I did not go take a poop.
Just to clarify, you didn't have to use the bathroom or anything in the back, right? There was a lot of talk on social
And if you're on Podbean, you can't hear this.
Kind of like jogging, like you had to use the bathroom or something.
No, I was cramping. I ain't pulling Paul Pierce. I didn't pull Paul Pierce. I was cramping.
He said, I didn't pull Paul Pierce. I was cramping. He said, I didn't go take a poop or whatever, but it definitely looks like he went to go take a poop. And if you want to watch these videos or, hear this audio or whatever, you're going to have to go to Facebook and YouTube at JADIP 2020 and find us there. So Emmanuel Acho, which I don't know who it is, I'm assuming it's a athlete, said that if number one, if you're cramping, you don't run. Number
Right.
two,
I guess that's true. Yeah.
like
That
if you're
is true.
cramping, number one, you don't run.
Yeah.
Number two, if you're cramping, you go down with the doc and you get an IV. And number three, if you don't go to the locker room for cramps unless terrible, so terrible that you can't run. So normally you would just get an IV. Doctor would plug you up, get you some fluids in you, cramping goes away, they rub some shit out, you go back on the field. What this guy's saying is you did none of these things, something else was going on.
That's funny.
You had diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. All right, so I'm going to play this video of him. This is him running into the locker room. Look, see him clinching? He's clinching. Ooh, he's like, "What the fuck out the way? I got the shit." You see him? Go back. Let's watch that again.
Yeah.
He's clinching, and the dude comes out as he's going in. He's like, "Oh shit, Lamar." He's like, "Get the fuck out the way, bro."
He was not cramping.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. You know you look good to me. That's what was going on right here.
Damn.
Why don't he just come out and admit, like, I had to take a shit, bro?
That's funny.
Like, if that was me, I'd have been like, whatever. Like, I had to poop. Like, I'd have just came out and just told the media, like, I had to take a shit. Y'all ain't never shit before? Like, what's the problem? People got to poop. People got to poop. So he said I was just cramping. I did not pull a Paul Pierce. Now, Paul Pierce in the, what was this, 2008, I believe, finals. Let me see here. I think it was the 2008 finals. Yeah, 2008 NBA Finals Game 1. For those who don't know, Paul Pierce went down. Everybody thought it was Game 1 against the Lakers, which, by the way, sees up. The Celtics went on to win that championship. And Paul Pierce actually led all scorers with like 19 points a game or something like that. But he had a great finals. So the truth, they call him the truth, came out and told the truth one day. But in the 2008 NBA Finals, he goes down with an injury. And it was so bad that they brought out a wheelchair. And everybody was like, holy shit, like they're bringing out a wheelchair. This is our star player. Celtics fans everywhere, including myself, was like, not now. Like, this is Celtics Lakers Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Paul Pierce is injured. I mean, it's so bad that they brought out a wheelchair to pick him up and get him out there. And then come to find out years later, we found out that Paul Pierce shit himself. He went up for a layup, got fouled, and when he hit the ground, he shit himself. And he later on admitted it. And here's the video of him admitting, like, hey, I shit myself.
Paul here, 11 years ago today, wheelchaired off the floor for reasons he will keep to himself.
I have a confession to make. Whoa.
I have a confession to
I
make.
just had to go to a bathroom.
He said, I just had to go to the bathroom. So he just came out. He said, I have a confession to make. I just had to go to the bathroom, right? But then Chauncey Billups, which is also an NBA champion with the Detroit Pistons, calls him out and said, what was the wheelchair for?
I had to go to the bathroom.
But why did you need a wheelchair to get to the bathroom?
Called him out.
Something went down. I had to go to the restroom.
Michelle Beadle.
You were streaking?
Okay, hey, injuries.
That's it.
They called him out on this was recorded in the 2012 NBA Finals, I believe.
Damn.
Straight called him out like, you was streaking. He said, you was streaking. He was like, something went down. But why are you going to call your boy out in the middle of the NBA Finals on national television, everybody watching?
Hell no.
He's like, what was the wheelchair for then? Something definitely went down. You was streaking? Yeah, he shit himself. Paul Pierce shit himself in the 2008 NBA Finals. At least he was man enough to come out and say, look, I did it. He didn't pull no Lamar Jackson. I mean, just come out and say you shit yourself. I went up for a layup, got hit hard, hit the ground, shit myself. They brought the wheelchair. I wouldn't have stood up in front of. Like, if you just and they was wearing white. I vividly remember this picture of him that he shit himself or what. They was wearing white, the white and green.
That's crazy.
So he shits himself in front of 70,000 people and millions are watching around the world. Game 1, early in the game too, and had to be wheelchaired off. That's what I would have done too. I'd have laid there and I'd have been like, training staff, come here. I'd have been, hey, bro, I just shit myself. You got to get me a wheelchair right now. I don't want nobody seeing how bad I just shit myself. Like, y'all need to get me a fresh pair of shorts. Let's get this rolling, right? Mm-hmm. Hell nah. So that's the hell nah moment of the week right there. What's up, Mr. A? And what's up, Katie? Katie is in the room. What's up, guys? If you're just joining us, we were talking about Lamar Jackson last night having to go take a poop in the middle of the game. And then here's this meme. I had to share this because he goes back, and I was watching this last night. The Browns ended up taking the lead while he was back there. The backup quarterback came in and played well for the Ravens. But this is a funny meme. It says Jim Harbaugh coming back to get Lamar Jackson off the toilet. And these little kids like looking under the bathroom stall like, hey, yo. We got football game to win. But after Lamar Jackson relieved himself, allegedly, and he dropped that deuce, he came out and he led the Ravens to a game-winning drive. So everything's better when you get that off yourself. Everything's better after a nice big poop, you know? You just feel lighter. You feel better. You know, you just feel better. I mean, I don't know about shitting yourself in the middle of the NBA Finals like Paul Pierce did. Poor Paul, though. But, hey, you know what? He went on to lead all score. He averaged 19 points a game in that series. They went on to win that series, I think 2-4, I believe. I think they ended up winning 4-2. They closed it out in Game 6. He became an NBA champion. Celtics beat the Lakers. So shitting yourself is just an afterthought, Paul Pierce. But the truth, coming out and telling the truth. I shit myself in 2008. Lamar Jackson, stop lying. We know what you was doing. Here's the video right here again for those who want to watch it. That my man is clenching booty cheek. Look, he's running like real gingerly, like, oh shit. Like, and then the funniest part is when the white dude comes out the locker room. He's like, get the fuck out the way, right, bro. I'm taking a shit. Look, fuck out the way, bro. Don't nobody go in there for 35 to 45 minutes. Right? Funny shit. When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's right, Katie. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Sometimes you gotta go take a shit. Like, when you gotta shit, you gotta shit. That's what players do. Like, I would have came, but if I'm Lamar Jackson and they asked me that question after the game, I'm just gonna tell you, like, bro, I had to shit. You're watching it on your thing. He was running gingerly, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. He was definitely clenching booty cheeks.
He was not cramping.
He was not cramping. He was clenching. He was clenching. We've all been there. We've all been there. So that's my Lamar Jackson take. Lamar Jackson. That's so funny. Did you hear, moving on, did you hear about this Twitter killer story? I bet nobody heard about this. You can check this out. And this is really cool because for the first time ever, I am reading my own story. Well, it's not my own story. I found it and then typed it up, whatever. But it's off my website, off my blog. So you can check this out on jadip2020.com and the blog, or you can go to our Facebook page where I shared it and click on it and read this particular story about the Twitter killer. Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah, I was pretty blown away, but I was looking for stuff to get me off the COVID and the other stuff, the COVID and political bullshit that goes on every day. And I came across this and I was like, wow, I didn't even hear about this. Happened years ago, but I guess he was just sentenced to death in Japan. So Twitter killer. Oh, damn. And again, this is off www.jadip.com, 2020.com, I'm sorry, jadip2020.com, where you can check out this wonderful story. Let me click on this story right here. So a Japanese court on Tuesday, let me straighten this up a little bit, sentenced a man, so I guess this just happened last night because they're behind us or whatever, in front of it, whatever, the time difference. They was sentenced a man to death for killing and dismembering 9 people, most of whom had posted suicidal thoughts on social media, in case that shocked the country. The Tachikawa branch of the Tokyo District Court found Takahiro Shirashi, known as the Twitter killer, guilty of killing, dismembering, and storing the bodies of his victims in his apartment in Zama, near Tokyo.
Does it ever say how many?
I think it does. Shirashi, 30, pleaded guilty and said he would not appeal his death sentence. Police arrested Shirashi in 2017 after finding the bodies of 8 females and 1 male. So 9 people in cold storage cases in his apartment. Investigators said Shirashi approached the victims via Twitter, offering to assist them with their suicidal wishes. He killed a woman, including teenagers, after raping them. And also killed a boyfriend of one of the women who silenced him, investigators said. So one of the boyfriends, I guess, he got killed too. Just trying to keep him quiet. Shirashi arrives at a branch of Tokyo Public District. Oh, never mind. On Twitter, Shirashi used the name Hangman, promising to help his victims die with inviting them to his apartment. Although his defense lawyers argued that he assisted victims with suicidal wishes, Shirashi later said he killed them without their consent. In a ruling, preceding Judge Naokuni Yano said none of the victims agreed to be killed and that Shirashi was fully responsible for their deaths, according to media reports.
Because if they agreed to be killed, that would be okay, right? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they later goes to explain the suicide rates in Japan and stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make it okay to kill them and dismember them and keep them in cold storage freezers. Like, you're fucking ate up, buddy.
Oh, man.
So that's awesome. Sorry about that. So Japan's suicide rate makes he said never mind. He said the crime was extremely heinous. Heinous? How do you say that? And had caused fear and concern in society where social media had become indispensable part of everyday life. Japan's suicide rate ranks among the world's highest. Following a recent decline, the number has climbed back this year as people were hit by the effects of the pandemic. Japan's crime rate is relatively low, but it has experienced some recent high-profile killings. In July 2016, a former employee of a home for the disabled allegedly killed 19 residents and injured 20 others, more than 20 others. So that is on JADIP2020.com, and that's crazy that somebody killed 19 residents and injured 20 others. A former home for the disabled employee. But yeah. So there it is. There is the face of a killer right there. There is Shirashi, Takahiro Shirashi, the Twitter killer. Killed 9 people, 8 females and 1 male, dismembered their bodies, and placed them in cold storage freezers. Crazy, huh? Mm-hmm. If you don't get your cats under control, I'll tell you what.
I don't know what the hell they're
But yeah, I
doing.
mean, how do you kill that many? I mean, how do you assist people in death? I did a segment one time about the suicide rates in Japan, and there's like a forest that people go to. Remember? No, I did that one of mine. That was a solo. That was back in the early days of the podcast. But there's a forest that people go to commit suicide and hang themselves. They got to go in there and pull bodies out of this forest all the time.
It's crazy because he looks like he'd be a nice guy.
Do what?
He looks like he'd be a nice guy.
He looks like he'd be a pretty good guy, yeah. I mean, Japanese.
Crazy.
So I look, do you see that? I'm looking at the comments on Facebook. The cats do not like what you're talking about. Worse than the kids. They are. I guess the whole world is seeing what our cats are out of control, man. When I start setting up all of our studio, when I start setting up for recording, and for those who don't know, like there's a big process to this. Like maybe I'll just show you.
Oh my God.
Fuck it. So when I start setting this up, I got like professional lighting and shit. You see that? Like my camera, everything. I got a bunch of wires and everything hanging everywhere. So, sorry for those who are trying to pay attention on Podbean and we're moving everything around. But when I start setting up the studio, these fuckers start they think it's fucking playtime. Like they start running around, grabbing everything, hitting everything. I can't close the door because the echo is so bad, and I'm not soundproofing this room.
No.
Not happening. So we just got to deal with these crazy fuckers. I don't know. They need to know how to behave and when to behave. They need to know when we're going live.
I should just lock them in our room. Sometimes I do when they're really out of control.
But we don't want to lock them in the room. Poor cats. But you could check out that story at jadip2020.com because I pulled that up. I put my own story. I said, you know what? I'm just going to do my own news story since nobody else wants to do them for me, Joanna. But let's see here.
Is she still listening?
Oh, yeah. She's probably still listening. She's probably watching us on Facebook Live right now. Go to the Podbean comments here. Nope, nothing there. Green Sunrise is in the studio, though. Welcome, Green Sunrise. You can check us out live on Facebook and YouTube. JADIP 2020. So there's the story of the Twitter killer. What do you think? Woo woo. Something's not right upstairs, is it?
She put this emoji.
It's all good. I'm just playing. I'm not trying to call you out on live television, live Facebook living. Yeah, if you put the YouTube on, I won't see the comment. I don't really follow the comments on YouTube. I do follow them on Facebook because it's a little bit easier and they're less laggy. But yeah, not calling you out, Joanna. I'm just messing with you, giving you a hard time. Just giving you a hard time. It's all good. All right, you ready to move on?
Sure.
Do you have your segment?
Yeah.
You want to do your segment? Is it Tanya time?
Sure.
Is it already Tanya time? Oh my goodness gracious.
What we do here is go back.
Cue the music. Welcome to Tanya time. And today, what do you have for us, Tanya with a J?
Did you know?
Did you know? 50 incredible did you know facts. What are you going to start with today?
Well, I'm going to start with this one, and I never want Isaiah to know it.
What, the grapes thing?
Yes, grapes light on fire in the microwave.
Grapes light on fire.
I feel like
in the microwave.
he's a little firebug.
He is a firebug. I
His
catch him
first
all-
day of quarantine, he was lighting napkins on fire in our kitchen.
He was.
In our kitchen.
I think he records it, and yeah, he was.
Yep,
We kind of rounded up all the lighters though since after we smoked, but he's still. I mean, they're still around. I guess he finds them. He is a bit of a firebug. You know, I was really bad firebug when I was a kid. Really bad. I got in trouble.
So it's
a
your
lot.
fault.
I didn't teach him that shit. It's
in
not
his
like
blood.
no, it's not hereditary, is it?
Could
I got
be.
in trouble real bad one time for letting a firework off in the closet. Well, I lit the fire. I was little, and I lit the firecracker. And I was like, oh, shit. And then it went out, right? You know how the wicks go, psh, and then so I just threw it in the closet. And when I did, I guess it caught back and it was like, boom, blew up in the closet. Got in so much trouble, bro. I had to go down and meet burn victims and shit. They would take me to the Shriners Hospital and everything
Oh,
else.
my
They
God.
thought that I was a huge pyromaniac, that I wanted to set everything on fire. But I was just lit a fucking firecracker. That's all.
Do you remember when we caught him in Aaliyah's room at our old house, melting the plastic guitar strings and letting it drip on her carpet? Remember that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. I do.
It's in his blood.
I do.
All right. There are almost 8 million possible 7-digit phone numbers per area code.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
That's a lot.
That's numerology. That's just getting into some shit that you just don't want to get into. This one's pretty funny right here.
McDonald's once created bubblegum flavored broccoli.
Leave it to McDonald's to create bubblegum flavored broccoli. That is nasty. So McDonald's is always introducing new items to their loyal customers, and obviously some are more successful than others. But their bubblegum flavored broccoli, which was a fast food chain developed in 2014 as a tastier version of the leafy green for children. It was a complete failure. McDonald's
Well,
CEO
yeah.
Don Thompson admitted that kids were confused by the taste. No, you just don't make bubblegum flavored broccoli. That defeats the purpose of eating broccoli, because whatever you're pumping into broccoli is not good.
Chewing
nasty.
gum is banned in Singapore.
What is it?
Chewing gum is banned in Singapore.
Is it?
Along with having laws against spitting and
Oops,
urinating
sorry.
anywhere but in a toilet, which you're then legally obligated to flush if it's in a public washroom, because, like, who doesn't?
Huh.
That's stupid.
I mean, I guess. That would suck. I'm a chewing gum eating fool. The average household has 300,000 things in it. People love things. I watched a thing called Minimalization, a documentary one time. And it showed how great these people's lives were as they minimized and got rid of things. And it was a simpler life and it was easier to live and everybody was happier and blah, blah, blah. I like things. I don't know why. I wish I didn't like things, but I probably have 300,000 things in this house. I mean, I like things. I like Funko Pops and lit up palm trees. I like things. I'm sorry. I can't minimalize.
All right. Did you know lobsters have clear blood?
Lobsters have clear blood. Didn't we do this once already? No,
No.
maybe not.
Most of us are well aware that lobster shells change color when exposed to heat, like in a pot of boiling water, for example. But the sea creature's blood is also intriguing. Lobster blood is initially clear and turns blue when it hits oxygen.
That's pretty cool. Lobsters are very interesting creatures. It's a shame that we eat them. Ain't that right, Green Sunrise?
The first item sold on eBay was a broken laser pointer.
The first item shown on eBay was a what?
Sold on eBay was a broken laser pointer.
Really?
That's what it says.
I bought eBay is like the MySpace of fucking shopping apps. Amazon
Yeah.
runs the world now. But I used to use eBay, and I've actually bought laser pointers, high-powered laser pointers from eBay. I remember back in the day when I used eBay, and then I discovered Amazon, and I was like, what the fuck is
I don't
this
like
garbage? Now Amazon controls my soul.
Did you know Japan is suffering from a ninja shortage?
Are they? I can help them out with that. They are suffering from a ninja shortage. If you've ever dreamed of being a ninja, now might be the time to make it a reality. The Japanese city of Iga, which is rich history of martial arts, masters and claims to be the birthplace of the ninja. They suffered a ninja shortage in 2018, despite the fact that they are willing to pay salaries as high as $85,000 for the performative ninjas willing to take the job of staffing their annual ninja festival. 85 grand a year to be a ninja?
Hell yeah.
I'll do it for free.
Did you know bubble wrap was originally invented as wallpaper?
Bubble wrap was invented as a
Our
wallpaper.
kids would love that.
What?
If you can't wait to pop every air-filled pocket in the minute you pull a piece of bubble wrap out of a package, can you imagine how irresistible it would be if
Yes.
it were covering your walls?
Yeah, I could not imagine. I mean, I would be popping. It would not be worth shit after it would quickly become all popped and over. Santa Claus was given an official pilot's license in 1927. Did you know that?
No.
Well, he was. I don't even know who Santa Claus is.
All right, last one. A single watermelon once sold for $6,125.
Holy moly donut shop.
In 2008, a man in Japan bought a nearly black Densuk watermelon for
650,000 yen.
Yeah. And then it was only grown on the island of Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
And according to a Japanese agricultural expert in Los Angeles Times, is crisp and hard with a different level of sweetness than the watermelon we're used to eating.
That's a lot of money to pay $6 grand for a fucking watermelon.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to tie watermelon or rubber bands around a watermelon. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You ever seen people do that? They tie a rubber bands around a watermelon. Like, they put mass rubber bands.
Yeah.
You keep putting them and then
Yeah.
it squeezes the middle and it makes it explode. We should do that on a video.
I want to
As
shoot
an
one in the
experimental
air.
video. We should do that. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cheddar. A lot of cheddar for the watermelon. Is that where you keep getting all the shirts? What do you mean? Oh, from Amazon? No, the shirts for the show. No, because I'm telling you what, these graphic tees are like $8-9. I couldn't make this and sell it cheaper than $8 or $9. So everybody's like shifting. This graphic tee push is like shifting everything into Like everybody's wearing them. I see kids wearing them. We're starting to collect them, right? The graphic tees. I mean,
I had Kohl's Cash.
Kohl's Cash. And what better way to spend Kohl's Cash than with graphic tees, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. It's the graphic tee push. I didn't even know McDonald's made bubblegum flavored broccoli. They didn't make bubblegum. Say that 5 times fast. Bubblegum flavored broccoli. It's plastic blood. It belongs to the devil. Oh my God, money watering all over the sides of your face. Oh, shut up. No, I'm kidding. Lobsters are amazing animals, though, aren't they? Aren't they amazing? So that's Tanya time. 50 incredible facts. I'm gonna do this day in history, and there was some other ones, but I just don't want to get into. Again, we're an entertainment show now. That's what we are. So I'm going to entertain. I didn't want to get into. It was some stuff that they pulled the soldiers out of Iraq, but we all know that's bullshit. The soldiers never leave Iraq. They stay there forever now. That's an ongoing. That's been like a 25-year war. It's ridiculous. And I haven't checked the Podbean stuff, but I'm going to get to it in 1 second after I read this story. So this is this day in history. And this is in 1988. December 15th, 1988. James Brown begins his prison sentence. Do you know James Brown went to prison? Mm-mm. The godfather of soul himself went to prison in 1988, and he began his prison sentence on this day, back in 1988. Legendary singer James Brown, also known as the Godfather of Soul and the hardest working man in show business, becomes an inmate number 155413 at the State Park Correctional Institute in South Carolina. That's a pretty cool place to call your correctional institute, though. The State Park. It sounds inviting. Like, I would go to the State Park Correctional Institution. Brown had several run-ins with the law during the summer of 1998 that landed him on probation, but his reckless spree on September 24th resulted in numerous criminal charges, including assault and battery, and with the intent to kill. So that's James Brown right there. He's looking good, right? I feel good. No, I would. All right, so on September 24th, Brown entered the insurance seminar in Augusta, Georgia, armed with a shotgun and a pistol, and ordered everyone to leave. He then took off in his pickup truck and attempted to outrun the police, who chased him into South Carolina and then back into Georgia. Even after the police shot out 3 of his tires, Brown continued to drive on wheel rims until he ended up in a ditch 6 miles down the road. After the incident, Brown's wife, Adrian, said that he was on a medication for jaw surgery and was not in his right mind. I'm sure he was on medication for jaw surgery. He was on something, probably a whole bunch of cocaine back in 1988. Although several police officers claimed that they shot out Brown's tires because he had tried to run them over, Brown offered a different version of the story. He claimed that while he was in the process of surrendering to a black police officer, a group of white policemen who just arrived on the scene began smashing out the windows of Brown's truck. He was fearing for his life, and then Brown took off as the officers began firing. Brown, who had already been charged with carrying a pistol and PCP possession, there's his medication for his jaw surgery, earlier that year. That's why he went crazy. PCP will make you do shit like that. So that's what he was on, obviously. He was sentenced to 6 years and 6 months in prison on charges of failing to stop for a police officer and aggravated assault. After his release 3 years later, he managed to stay out of trouble for a while and even went on tour, which, considering his wild stage antics, was quite an accomplishment for a man well into his 60s. But in 1998, Brown was again charged with the drug possession, this time for marijuana. That's nothing. He was required to enter a 90-day drug treatment program. Brown died on December 2006 at the age of 73. And that's James Brown feeling not so good right there. He don't feel good. No, 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 no. He thought that he would. No, 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 no. That PCP will fuck you up, man.
Clearly.
You don't do PCP. Look, this is before PCP, after PCP. This is your mind off of drugs. This is your mind on drugs. He looks wild as shit. He looks like Miss Kim.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I feel good. So there we go with James Brown on this day in history getting arrested. Ain't that crazy? I never knew he went to prison for 3 years. I never even knew he got arrested. I learn more shit every day on this show. I mean, I don't know. Impressive. James Brown's a wild man. He said he looks okay, man. Oh, see, sunrise. He does not look
He
okay.
ain't too far gone yet.
Huh?
Nothing. I said he ain't too far gone yet.
Oh, he's too far
It could
gone.
be way worse. Like,
He looks awful. He says he looks like he's okay.
I've
He looks
seen
okay.
worse.
That's bad. All right. You ready to get into it? Do you have anything that you want to get into before we go into celebrity birthdays?
Nope.
Nothing. All right. I have not been on Podbean at all. I don't know. Okay, so nothing going. No comments. People are listening. Thank you guys for entering the studio. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you guys. We would love to have you back for more shows. You know what happened though yesterday? And I want to say this before I move on. Bad show. I thought it was a bad show. I mean, I know you're always like, what was wrong with it? And I'm always like, wasn't there. Didn't feel good. Wasn't a good show to me. But we got 3 new followers yesterday. And that's the mark of a good team. When you can win after playing poorly and still come out with a victory. If you play poorly and you still come out with a victory, you're doing something right. So I felt like that was a victory. You got 3 followers on a bad show. And I was like, what? I looked at it like 3 followers. Wait, what the fuck? And that was on Podbean. So not too bad. All right. So it's time for celebrity birthdays. And before I get into celebrity birthdays, I want to do a little something here. But there's some good celebrity birthdays out there. We was talking celebrity birthdays. I only do celebrity birthdays if there's decent ones. Like I like to do celebrity birthdays, but at the same time, sometimes there's just nobody on there. Like yesterday, I was looking like, Jesus Christ, there's nobody on here. It's so bad. But before I do that, I do want to get into something here. All right. Exit out of that. So, celebrity birthdays is brought to you today by Pools by Paul. And Pools by Paul is the greatest pool building company in all of Ohio. In fact, they are the greatest in all of the tri-state. That's Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana. I'll take it a step further. Anywhere on the eastern side of the United States of America, you will not find pool builders quite like this. Visit Pools by Paul at Pools by Paul 513 on Facebook or go to poolsbypaul.net. That's www.poolsbypaul.net and check out some of this beautiful work right here. Look at this shit. Amazing, some of these pools that they've built. Look at that. That's a beauty right there.
Yeah. It's deep.
That was just recently built right there. I really like the, I mean, it's just so nice looking. Look at that's some professional ass shit. These are, I'm telling you, best pool builders ever. And then they covered it. And you know, it's wintertime, so it's time to cover those pools. You don't want them getting all messed up. You don't want to get them, you know, you want to keep them clean, right? And then next summer comes, you're not going to be able to swim in public pools because we'll still be in the middle of a pandemic. So you want to get your pool built now. So if you're listening out there and you've been thinking about getting a pool built, or you've been thinking about, you know, getting your pool covered, whatever the case may be, check out Pools by Paul at poolsbypaul.net and go to at Pools by Paul 513 on Facebook. So there's a little dirty pool. Look at this. It don't look too good. And as you go through it, look at that. Bang. Brand new. Looks beautiful. They built that thing from the ground up. That's what it starts at. See? Starts there. And then ends up looking like this. Beautiful. I'd love to have a pool like that. Anyways. So there is Pools by Paul. So now you guys actually get to see some of the work that he's done and some of the things that he's been able to put together. So make sure you guys check him out. Pools by Paul 513 on Facebook. Give Paul a call. That rhymed, by the way. Give Paul a call. Give him a call. Celebrity birthday time. You ready? I love the celebrity birthday song. Because it's just, I don't know, it brings me back to a time. Remember bars? Remember clubs?
Yep.
You remember back in the day when you used to go to clubs and you would drink Red Bulls and you would have all this energy and you'd be white girl wasted
Yeah.
and you'd be dancing and not having a care in the world. You don't know what's going on, where. You're just having a good freaking time, right? Mm-hmm. Remember bars? We drove by
The
tavern, the Village Tavern. A lot of good times. We drove by there yesterday and I was just, I shed a
It
few
looked
tears.
so dead inside. People were just sitting there.
It's so sad. I mean, I did. I shed a few tears. It's so sad. But anyways, it's celebrity birthday time, and that song reminds me of celebrity birthdays. It just does. So what do we got for celebrity birthdays today?
Camilla Leddington. She is Jo on Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, right there. Luddington. She has a very, very inviting and warm smile. You know what? She really does. I remember, I don't watch her or whatever. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but I've seen her on Grey's Anatomy.
I like her.
Well, she's just because she's got that inviting smile. She looks like a very
She's
kind
a good
person.
actress, though.
I bet she's a bitch in real life.
Oh my God.
Maybe not. And look at her face though. It looks almost like an emoji,
Oh
like with the eyes. You know what I mean? Very inviting smile. Happy birthday, Camilla. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
What else you got?
Daniel Ezra.
Daniel Ezra.
Spencer
And-
from All American.
Yes, I know. That's where I was like, who the hell? I know him from something.
He's only 27.
Was he not in something? Was he not in Black Panther too? Maybe. No, I could be wrong. But yeah, that's a good show actually. All American. I mean, I don't really watch it a whole lot, but you did, and Isaiah loves that show. It's a good show. Well, who else we got? There's a couple on here. There's a couple
Yeah.
good ones.
I'm looking.
Emily Fart, or Amelia Fart, a YouTube star.
I was like, what?
She is 31 today. Look at
She
this
looks
fucking
crazy.
mind case. Look, eating a big old fat piece of pizza.
Ew.
She looks fucking wacko. Whack
Jeez.
job. I mean, I don't want to make fun. To each its own, whatever. She's a YouTube star. I'm not. Congratulations to Amelia Fart. That's right. Fart, as in flatulence. She looks like an Amelia Fart. That's the perfect name for this person. Definitely the perfect name. Amelia Fart. Happy birthday, Miss Fart. 31 years old today. She looks like Chet from Weird Science. Sorry. All right, what else?
April Jones.
Who?
Right.
Mike Jones.
No.
April
But
Jones.
April Jones. She's 34.
I like how she spells her name.
She was, yeah. She
Oh
was,
my
I
God.
know her from Love
Love
and
and
Hip
Hip Hop.
Hop. But she was also with Omarion from B2K.
Love and hip hop.
They got kids and everything.
Okay, they got kids and all that. It's baby. She's a baby mama.
Yeah.
She's somebody's baby mama. She looks like a nice person though. Love and hip hop.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then
Happy birthday,
Maud
April. 34.
Apatow. She's 23.
Maud Apatow. Yes. Oh yeah. This is what we was. She's in some of the Apatow movies, and we was
Judd
talking
and
about some
Leslie's
Apatow movies.
daughter.
Judd Apatow is the director of, name it, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Funny People, which we was talking about earlier. This is 40. God, I mean, you can just go on and on
Yeah,
and on.
I
Just
mean-
about just, Pineapple Express, anything that Seth Rogen was in, or a lot of stuff Will Ferrell was in. But she actually starred in a lot of his stuff. And she's pretty funny. They were pretty funny. It's crazy that they're that old now, 23.
Yeah, it's cool because like you get to see them kind of grow up in the movies and shit.
Yeah, because they were super little in This Is 40, which is one of the better works of Judd Apatow, one of the forgotten movies. And we was talking about Funny People
I love the movies.
with Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen, which is one of the forgotten really good movies. Funny People is really, really funny. It's really good. But this is 40. That's what I remember her from. So happy birthday to Maud Apatow. And her dad makes some great movies. It's funny. His wife stars in the movies. For those who don't know if you've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin, his wife is the blonde chick that throws up all over Steve Carell on the ride home, who's wrecking into shit. What's the fucking French toast? That's his
I want
wife.
some French toast.
It's a fucking French toast. That's his wife, and then his kids are both in his movie. So that's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
Judd Apatow doing his thing, got his family involved and everything. Who else you got?
Little Christian Isaiah. He's 13.
Little Christian Isaiah, who's the boy from
He's the little brother from Shameless.
Shameless. He played a young Tupac Shakur too.
Yeah, apparently he was recognized for having been cast as a young Tupac Shakur in Unsolved.
Yeah, I like that hat though. Oh, he's a Cowboys fan. I don't like him no more.
He's funny though.
I don't like him. He sucks.
You're stupid.
He's a Cowboys fan. Nah, that hat's tight. Well, happy birthday, little fella. How old is he? 13.
Yeah.
Not little fella. I guess, big fella. Doing his thing. 13 years old. Happy birthday to
No,
Christian
he is
Isaiah.
little. He's like little built.
Did they use the same kid in Shameless throughout? Like, it's the same kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been on Shameless for years then. Because he was like, I remember I watched a few episodes with you. He was little. Like, he was like 5 years old or some shit. So he's been on there for quite some time.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That's all I know on here.
Josh Norman is a football player. He's 20. How old is he? 33.
33.
He was with the Carolina Panthers in 2012. He's with the Washington football team now, and he is a loudmouth. He's the guy who got victimized by Derrick Henry, shoved like 18 yards. He might be with the Bills. I don't know where he is. He's been all around the league. He's more bark than bite. He's not as good as advertised. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is the Daredevil. This is Charlie Cox. He's in the Netflix series Daredevil. He plays the Daredevil, which is a Marvel show, which I love. Daredevil's really good. Charlie Cox is 38 years old today. And what's funny, wow, that don't look like him at all. But if you look at this first picture, Daredevil is a blind superhero that uses the rest of his senses, his heightened senses, to fight crime in Hell's Kitchen, New York. He looks blind in this picture. I don't know what's going on with his eyeballs. Either he's really, really high, or he's got a bad, contact reaction, or he's allergic or something. But he looks blind in this photo. So that's pretty funny. Do we have anybody else for celebrity birthdays that we know?
No.
Other than Amelia Fart. Don Johnson. You don't know Don Johnson? Mm-mm. He's got the best name in Hollywood. Hey, ladies, I'm Don Johnson. That's funny, right? Don Johnson. He was in Miami Vice and The Other Women, and he was on HBO's Watchmen. He's an actor. You've seen Don Johnson. He was the guy in Django that said, I can't see, you can't see. All that matters is fucking horse can see. He was Big Daddy. And
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's Don Johnson. Hey, ladies, I'm Big Don Johnson.
Duh.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. I haven't been keeping an eye on the he said my birthday was November. When's your birthday? Oh, no, we did Charlie Green Sunrise's birthday on Celebrity Birthdays. You have to go back and watch. We did it, or listen. Pretty sure we announced it. Big Don Johnson. Let's see here. That's funny. He said Tanya just seen Step Brothers for the first time the other day. That's crazy. Step Brothers is a must watch. I'm not a big Ferrell fan. I've been critical of Will Ferrell on this show, and I am critical of Will Ferrell. I think he's okay. Talladega Nights, hands down, one of his best works. That and Step Brothers was the two.
I hate the movie Elf.
Elf is stupid.
Gets
A lot
on
of
my
Will
nerves.
Ferrell shit is dumb as shit. I mean, it's just dumb.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights was hilarious.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby was really good character for him. It was really funny. And the other one is Step Brothers. I'm going to put my nuts on your drum set. He's like, why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops. I mean, that's just a great movie. But other than that, Will Ferrell, I'm not a big... He said, I have my boy watching Die Hard 1 and 2. I'm not a Die Hard fan, admittedly. I don't watch Die Hard. I don't know. Big Don Johnson. Hey ladies, my name's Big Don Johnson. That's the best name ever. I wish I had that name. I wish my name would have been Don Johnson. If we ever become, I think I'll make my studio name, my Facebook name, Don Johnson. Big Don Johnson, by the way. All right, good show. See, much better than yesterday. Just an
He
entertaining
said Big
hour.
Don Johnson or Stevie. That is his nickname. Stevie's already his nickname.
No.
Yes, it
No,
is.
Stevie is not my nickname.
I don't call him Stevie. 'Cause
No.
that's fucking weird. But his family
No,
calls
I
him Stevie.
I cannot
Yes, they do.
stand being called Stevie. I can't fucking
That's his
stand
nickname.
it.
Now
I am
y'all
not
know.
8 years old. Like, I'm not Stevie. All of my sister's old friends call me fucking Stevie. Like, whenever I'm like see them,
Embrace it. That's what you tell me.
Big Stevie Johnson.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Stevie? No, I'm not embracing Stevie.
Yeah, see? Same shit.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Because Tanja
No.
doesn't
It's the
suggest.
same shit.
No.
I don't give a fuck.
No,
It's
no.
the same shit.
Tanja does
Nope.
not make you seem like you're 10. Tanja, it's just funny. It's just ironic because your name is
It's
spelled with a
destroying
J,
my
and we
name.
have so many Tanyas. You're Tanja,
No, I'm
but I
not.
say Tanya with a J because you don't want to embrace it. It's not the same. I don't want to. I would never embrace Stevie. I'm not 10. If people start calling me fucking Stevie, I'm done. I'll quit
Oh,
this
okay.
fucking show. I'll sell all this equipment.
So I quit today then.
I don't call you Tanja though. I say Tanya with a J.
Right. That's fine. I can,
If you
I
wanna
can
call-
deal with that.
I mean, I could be. Big.
I'm not fucking calling you Stevie. That's weird.
It's
That's
weird,
fucking
right?
weird.
Why is
Coming
it weird?
from me.
Why
It
is
would
it
be
weird?
weird coming from me.
You
So
start
that's
calling. Don't
fucking
don't
weird.
call me Stevie. Call me Big Stevie Johnson.
You're stupid. Oh my
Call
god.
me Big Stevie Johnson. I hate being called Stevie. I mean, it's okay. I let people get away with it because that's what they know me as, Little Stevie. They'd be like, "Oh my God, it's Little Stevie." I'm like, I'm 6'3", 225 pounds. I'm not fucking Little Stevie anymore. Like, will you calm down calling me that shit?
Well, Debo's nickname was Tiny, and he was 6'5", so
I'm not 6'3". I'm like 6'2.5". But
okay, I'm not 5'11".
I'm
I'm
sure as hell
5'10"
ain't.
and a half.
I'm sure as hell ain't no fucking Little Stevie. I'll tell you that much. The ladies don't know me as Little Stevie.
Shut the fuck
They know
up.
me as Big Stevie Johnson. Big Don Johnson. All right, you ready to get the fuck out of here?
I mean,
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, I'm out. We got to get out of here. We got to move on. Check out, we have a project coming up. I just sent some stuff to Baremu, and Penny for Your Thoughts is coming your way soon. I'm going to do a little preview on this show so you guys can kind of see what we're all about, what we're doing there. So we'll be pushing that show. The first episode should be dropping this Sunday, maybe before. I don't know. So keep an eye out for that little side project and something I think is going to be really well. We're actually going to have Green Sunrise on a vegan episode. So we're going to have guests and things like that. It's going to be really good. I think you guys will like it. I felt really good about that last week. Really good show today. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being a part of it. And I think it's time for us to get up out of here, right? Go back to our normal everyday lives.
Now the ultimate power in the universe.
That's Big Stevie Johnson to you, ladies. And Tanya with the J. Mm-hmm. No, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being a part of today's show. Thank you guys for being here with us. Hopefully you guys can join us tomorrow, same time, same place, 12 o'clock on Facebook Live and YouTube at JADIP2020. Check out the website at www.jadip2020.com. You can check out the latest blog post, and you can read the story from today of the Japanese serial killer who was the Twitter killer, who was chopping people up and storing them in the freezer. And you can check out all of our projects and get through everything there. You can, and Green Sunrise is giving us the fire. Praise the Lord. For anybody who don't know, it's an inside Podbean thing. There's a lot of angelic, people out there. Whenever they start dropping the fire emojis, that's when on the fire. Praise the Lord. That's so funny. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Thursday we won't be.